What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Classic Firearms. I'm Matt. With me today,
Kaya here, guys. How's it going?
what's up, guys? So today we are going to cover supersonic versus subsonic ammunition. Surprise, we've never covered this topic before. But what is the difference between super and subsonic ammo?
Well, first of all, I think we should, I don't even know why we're talking about it here. I think we should be at the range talking about this and actually shooting it.
You know what? Stay tuned for that. But yeah, so,
Okay, so what was the question? I'm sorry.
supersonic versus subsonic, what's the difference?
Well, supersonic, one is traveling faster than the speed of sound. The other one is below.
Slower, yeah. Super above, sub below. So the speed of sound is about 1,100 feet per second. And that means that most ammunition is naturally supersonic. The way standard loads are, they exceed 1,100 feet per second. There are certain exceptions, however. So we're going to go ahead and hit up 45 ACP as an exception because most standard loads of 45 ACP only average about 850 feet per second. So low and slow.
45's got to lose some weight for it to go really fast.
Yeah, exactly. There are supersonic loads, but the majority is going to be subsonic. On the other hand, the converse is 5.56, which you can make subsonic, but because of its lightweight and how it relies really on that velocity, it's almost always going to be supersonic.
5.56 needs to go supersonic for it to be that effective round. So.
That's right. Yeah. But for a lot of other loads, there is super and subsonic loads available. And what do you think the advantages of a subsonic load would be?
Well, subsonic would basically quiet it down significantly for you, right? So obviously, if you're shooting through a suppressed gun, you're going to have all the advantages of a suppressor, which is a muzzle flash and no noises, but also you're not going to break through that sound barrier, so it's going to be a very quiet fire.
That's right. So when a projectile exceeds the speed of sound, you're going to get that sonic boom or sonic crack that we hear downrange. There are three basic kinds of noise coming from firing your firearm. There's mechanical action.
Yeah, this guy right here. So, and then.
Yep, there you go.
That.
You have the sudden depressurization as the gases escape the barrel behind the projectile.
Yep.
And then you have the crack downrange. So a suppressor takes care of the sudden depressurization. The subsonic ammunition would eliminate that crack downrange. You'll be left with just basically the mechanical action.
Unless you shoot a bolt gun.
Unless you shoot a bolt gun. That's a good point. So yeah, as far as advantages versus disadvantages of super versus subsonic.
Subsonic, obviously, it is going slower. It's got a place for sure. But when it comes to terminal ballistics, the velocity is always the king. Like almost always. You really do depend on the velocity to deliver that exceptional punch. Obviously, range too. So you need subsonic is going to kill your range basically, and also unless the target is very close by, you're also going to suffer on the terminal ballistics.
So yeah, I agree in part. So when you think about the fact that things fall at the same rate, so something moving faster will cover a greater distance before it hits the ground. Something going slower will have a more pronounced curve. So it's not that it has necessarily less range, but it does have a more pronounced arc to its trajectory when you have a subsonic round versus supersonic, meaning it's easier to shoot to further ranges with supersonic ammunition. As far as terminal ballistics, certainly because subsonic ammunition tends to be much heavier, you are going to preserve some of the energy because the energy it hits the target with is speed times mass. But you're right. I mean, generally speaking, you will have more terminal energy with a supersonic load. As far as what loads will be super and subsonic, one thing that I will caution people about is that barrel length does matter. So
definitely. Good point, man.
If you were shooting subsonic 9mm, that is designed to be subsonic out of a pistol length barrel usually. If you use a 9mm carbine, a rifle with a 16-inch barrel, then it may actually, the extra time for that pressure to push the round may increase it above speed of sound.
So how do you make a round subsonic how do you make a round subsonic? Exactly.
Sure.
So you make it heavier. Right? And what else?
Well, so you can have a reduced load behind the round as well. So great example of that in 22 long rifle, this would be standard match competition. And this is what's called Calibri ammunition. So the Calibri ammunition effectively eliminates all of the powder, and it's it's just using a priming compound.
Does it even exit the barrel?
So, I would be careful maybe out of a longer rifle barrel, but yes, now it won't cycle just about anything.
So it's a bolt gun round, basically.
It makes even semi-autos bolt guns. But that's a great example of kind of taking to the extreme. But so certainly, if you were to compare, say this, 124 grain regular 760 by 39, it might have a greater powder load than this 196 grain subsonic round. So you're kind of coming at it from two ways. You have a heavier projectile. It's going to go slower because it's got to push more weight. And then you could also reduce the powder compound so that it's just generating less force to push. So those are kind of the two components that will, turn a supersonic round into subsonic.
So basically, you got to make it go slower, as slow as you possibly can, while still delivering some sort of energy downrange, right?
Absolutely.
So with that being said, let's talk about this. I've got this 300 Blackout. I've got a subsonic round on my left hand right here, and a supersonic. Look at the difference, guys. So supersonic is significantly smaller.
Yep. So the supersonic round's about 124 grains.
Yeah.
And the subsonic round is 151 grains. So it's a significant amount heavier.
Yeah. In this case, this is 200 grain.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So 200 grain over here, and what was this one?
I think that was 124.
That is correct.
125.
So 125. So 125 grain and 200.
All right.
Right.
I mean, so you can see that there's pretty big difference in the weight.
Significant difference, exactly. And I don't know about the load on this one, but just the 75 grain difference alone is going to slow it down significantly.
So I think that the best thing we could do is to demonstrate these differences by heading to the range. We'll compare super and subsonic ammunitions through both suppressed and unsuppressed.
Yeah.
We've got our test rifle right here, the Meridian Defense Volk.
That's right. And the pistol that we have over here, the good old MP5.
Yeah. So I think it's time to go. Let's pack up.
Let's do it, man. I've got a couple of things in my mind. I think it'll be fun. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, we're out here at the range so we can demonstrate the effect of subsonic ammunition when paired with the suppressor. What you got there, Kai?
This is the Meridian Defense Volk with the Surefire suppressor, and this is the fun part that I really like.
Absolutely.
Shooting part, right?
Yeah, this is the science part, right? Like hands-on experimentation.
Whatever you call it, I love it.
Awesome. So what's loaded in your mag?
I've got 5 supersonic. The first 5 will be supersonic rounds, and then the last 5 will be subsonic. It's chambered in 7.62 by 39.
Awesome. Let's give it a try.
All right. You want me to shoot all of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So.
Supersonic.
Supersonic. Oh my God.
That was subsonic.
That, you guys heard that. It's like the movies. Did it even cycle? I don't know. Let me see. Oh my God, yes.
All right.
That's why I'm telling you. Why do you want a suppress gun? Forget all the ballistic stuff, because it's just fun.
All right, guys.
It just is.
So I'm gonna rock out 9mm out the MP5, and this is a really cool UTG Ultra rail. Now this isn't coming out yet. This is going to be coming out in like August, but this will be a little sneak peek for you as a bonus addition to this video. So it's really handsome. I really like the way this looks here. But new rail from UTG. All right, so kind of like what Kai did, I'm going to do 10 supersonic and then 10 subsonic.
Not kind of like me. I mean, I shot just 5 each. Oh, wow.
Awesome.
Wow.
So you got that real clean transition. Kaya, you got another one for us?
I don't. I got to load it up again. So, I'm sorry. I was watching you. I was having too much fun watching you, dude. But, dude, this is insane. I'll get you set up. I promise. Just take it easy. Dude, it was insane. Okay. The supersonic ones were really
They were quiet.
They were very quiet.
They were quiet.
I was like, oh, wait, is that subsonic?
Yeah, maybe we made a mistake.
Yeah. And then the subsonic came in and you really noticed the difference.
Yep.
Insane. Well, you want to load up again?
All right, let's go.
All right, guys, we dropped off the other guns and I got my Glock 44, which is in 22 caliber, chambered in 22 caliber. Obviously no suppressor, but I got 5 rounds supersonic and the other 5 will be subsonic Calibri. Like, it basically has no powder in it, just the primer. So, as we talked about, I'm curious to see how this is gonna be.
All right.
So, there's no suppressor, but it should still be pretty quiet. So I'm just gonna shoot at, I'm not shooting at a target, just a berm, so you guys can hear the difference. Supersonic. Okay, that was Calibri. So I gotta cycle it because it obviously has no power each time. Last one. I mean, there is nothing there. It's a pleasure to shoot. It's fun. It's a great training tool, in my opinion, too, if you wanted to for your little small children or something like that. What do you think, man?
Yeah, I mean, that was a big difference, even with no suppressor. Of course, you know, Calibre rounds, that's kind of what they're designed for. Be super, super quiet for, you know, practice or really close range, right? Well, you can't have any conversation about suppressing a firearm or subsonic ammo without 300 Blackout. It's kind of what it was built for, right?
And a bolt gun, so no action.
So there's no mechanical action. So this is the Christensen Arms Ridgeline Scout in 300 Blackout. So we're going to go through it again. First rounds are going to be Supersonic, and the second set of rounds are going to be Subsonic. I believe it's 3 and 3 in this one.
I think I loaded it, guys. So
sorry, 4. My
yeah.
misunderstanding. All right, so let's go ahead. Chamber that first round.
Just hit the berm, man.
Yeah, just the berm.
Even that's quiet.
All right, so
Subsonic.
Subsonic. I think hitting the dirt was the loudest thing.
I swear to God, you heard that thud, yeah. Hey, can you shoot the 100-yard berm?
Sure.
I'm curious to see how that's gonna be. Wow.
Did you hear the delay though?
Yeah.
So you heard the kind of gas escape.
Yep.
And then there was a noticeable delay because of how slow that bullet is before you heard the thud into the berm.
Exactly.
Guys, I think that's a great demonstration of the effects with a suppressor of super versus subsonic ammunition. Suppressors work well with supersonic ammunition, but they work even better with subsonic.
Yeah, and a lot more fun. I mean, it just is. You want that Hollywood thing that's sound-wise? Subsonic ammo.
I'll tell you what, especially this Christensen Arms, we've got a bolt gun challenge coming up soon, a bolt gun series, and I think this is just kind of whetting my appetite a little bit for that because this was so much fun.
It is.
But yeah,